very surreal thing because it's something that I've never expected to happen. And the fact that it did happen, I still get that feeling of amazement, basically. There's not just like one time I'll pinch myself to realize what's actually going on in my life. It actually happens. My whole thinking process through my whole career has been, I just want to be happy and making a living doing what I love. Every month, every other week, you know, after playing an amazing gig, I get that same feeling and it never gets old. So that's why I can see myself doing this till the day I die. After college, I went to work at a bank, surprisingly, and I hated every minute of it. And that's kind of where I decided to make that change in my life to music, as music is always a passion. And realizing that that was not for me, it really gave me that push to make sure that the music thing will work for me. Right now, doing what I do and, you know, having my own label and being, I guess you could say, your own boss and such, the business actually came into play and I'm using it. So it kind of like worked out. As of now, I live in Toronto, is definitely my home base. From 2010, I was living in Barcelona over the summer, and the past couple of years, it's kind of floating between Ibiza and Barcelona for a good 4 or 5 months before I go back. To be honest, I prefer this exact situation, like the best of both worlds. After being able to tour the whole world, I've realized that Toronto is my place, and I will live and die there. I'm an easygoing, down-to-earth guy, humble to say the least, a happy guy. I love life. I'm just taking it one day at a time and basically, yeah, enjoying where I am right now. A perfect day at home, yeah, I would probably end up going down into the city. I would hit a few record shops and spend definitely a few hours digging because, you know, that's one of the things I used to love before traveling. And now I don't get a chance to do that so much. That followed by a nice meal with some friends or my girl, and probably a sneaker shop or two. Followed by a pet session with my cat. I'm not like a collector of sneakers. I just have a lot, and you know, I'm not like, oh, this one is coming out on this release date and I need to have it. I'm not that obsessive, but yeah, I definitely have my share. As for Barcelona, I think it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Having been able to travel and see so many cities, I've definitely grown special to Barcelona and its whole aura, the people, its vibe. And even for me, for my job, it's almost, you know, it says I guess I've made it, you know, and I've been lucky enough to live in a beautiful place like this. Basically, it's very easy to go to any tourist spot in any city. So us having the privilege to visit all these cities, I'm always looking a little bit deeper, whether it's something into the culture or just not your average food spot. Like I'm always looking, food is always important. So I'm always looking for the culture's cuisine, you know, not just the general stuff that you walk into the most popular place and find out. So, and it's all there in every city, you know, you just gotta spend that little extra time. I would do coconut, please, yes. And you?
Can I have coconut and mango?
Also brown. I think I've tried every single one.
You have?
Yeah, and there's no bad one. That's one of the, you know, it's one of the perks of the job is getting to see all these places or visit all these places, but the downside is that you don't have any time to see as much as you'd like. But, you know, after years
of touring, you definitely circle back to these places a few times and you get that extra day here and there and get some more time. What is that?
I don't know, but it's ugly.
Yeah, it is very hard. Every time I come home, my parents will ask me, so did you go here? Did you go here? In this city, I'm like, you know, this time I saw the hotel, the club, and the airport. Next time I'll make a point to see something else if I can.
My first time playing Ibiza was in 2010, and it was for Carl at Space. So, yeah, to have that as your first gig was pretty memorable.
Let's take. Let's go.
Early, the gigs that I will be playing are Space for Carl, which is obviously the last year. I'll be doing Marco Carola's Music On again, and there will be some other stuff as well. Underground at the end of the day is still growing, and it's even in America, especially in America right now. You know, a lot of the places that I've never used to play or have played just a little bit, you know, the bookings are coming more in all these other places. So the underground is definitely still growing. And you know, I'm always seeing new people at those parties. Even in Toronto, there's always more people coming to these shows. So right now we are in Paul Rich's smoke shop / dispensary. I think he started this place around 3 years ago, and I found out 3 years ago, but I never had a chance to make it here until I think 2 years ago. I didn't go the first year, just of touring, and it just never worked out. But yeah, he's obviously done an amazing job with this shop, and it's one of the nicest ones I've ever seen. And yeah, I'm going to be starting to come here regularly from time to time, for sure. I never had an intention to become a DJ. Like that wasn't my thing. That wasn't a plan to be my career. It was just a simple hobby. So as I kept messing around more and messing around DJing and producing kind of at the same time, I obviously had a natural need to like play for someone or somewhere. So we ended up doing these little small like word of mouth parties just in my neighborhood, like just outside of the city in an Asian mall. This little club that they had, just to have a gig, you know. I'm in a position where I just fell in love with this music and this type of party and atmosphere and these music people. It's just like, where do I go from here now? Because clubs are clubs. I wasn't fully invested as a rave. For me, it was like night and day. So I needed to continue this music thing somehow. And that was when I decided to buy turntables and mess around with music software to continue to get my fix. So that's kind of how it actually started for me. Obviously, to get out of your city and make it as an international DJ, it stems from music production, and that's how you get your name out and such. So I was always making music, but never, you know, I was always paranoid to give it out to anybody or send to a label. It was never good enough. I didn't, you know, I'm your own worst, what's the word? Your own worst critic, yeah. So I had my friends tell me that, oh, this track is amazing, you gotta play it, you gotta play it. So I started playing my tracks out in my sets because they gave me some confidence to do so. And like people really, really loved them. And I built up enough confidence to actually send it to, I think we gave it to Ian, Carl Cox's manager, and he ended up playing it in one of the sets. And like one of my friends called me that day and he's like, you know this track is in the sets. I'm like, shut up, it's not in my sets. It's a lie. I thought someone was fucking with me, so I ended up downloading the set obviously, and it was there. And that was like a moment for me of complete like validation that said, holy shit, maybe I can do this with my life.